Hi, this is Adekyn with another Grand Ages Rome campaign mission video. This one is the Siege of Alexandria. And this one's principally a military mission, but there's a couple of things you do here right at the beginning that are key to making this an easy mission. The two keys are, one is fix your unemployment and your unused buildings, and make sure that you go through, use that F8 key, which is your employment figure, to look at the buildings, see where you've got problems, get those buildings occupied, get those buildings staffed, build new buildings or houses if you have to, switch up whether or not you're using plebes or patricians or equites or whatever, but straighten that out. That's important, because if you don't, if you leave those things red, they're going to end up fire traps. You're going to get fires in your buildings, and then you're going to be in the middle of a big battle with a fire breaking out in your home base. So that's the one key. The other key is to be patient in this one, and just build a good army before you try to counterattack. Your walls will hold up for you. It's very hard for the AI to break through a bunch of walls. They just can't do it. And the other thing here, what you'll see I'm doing is extending my walls to give myself some more space. I'm building an outer ring of walls. And one quick note, you notice back there I put those two towers as close together as I could build them, and that's what gives you that nice look for a gate. So if you want to build that nice gate with walls on towers on either side like that right there, just build those two towers as close as they'll go together. The gate will fit between them, and it makes a nice look. So if you're into that sort of thing, that's a way to do that. But now that you have the second set, what I'm trying to do, I just decided I wanted to go conventional Roman troops, and I wanted to build an academy, and there's just not a lot of space. You're really cramped in, so I realized the only way I'm going to be able to do that is actually delete a part of the intersection. But since I've got that outer wall now, I'm feeling safe that I can do that. I only have two squads of troops at this point, so if the enemy truly attacked, you could have a problem here, but with the walls we're safe. So now we finally get that military academy built, and I can start recruiting the troops I have, or I want. And he's attacking me from, there are a couple of bases near you. There's a forward camp, and then there's just to the left of that, you can't quite see it on screen, there's a base that's fairly significant, and these are the attackers from that base. But my walls are holding up and have taken them out, and here I lost one tower, so I'm replacing that one section. But basically I'm just hiding behind the walls. Now the other beauty is, when I came out a little bit, that drew the cavalry from that other camp out. When they came out, the towers engaged them, and they basically will go out, fight the towers. The towers will defeat them, and that camp is basically gone. The only thing I need to do is go out there far enough to make sure I can set it afire. And there it goes. Now it's on fire, and now I'm going to go back to the safety behind my walls, because I'm not ready to take on that big base that has 5 squads yet. I don't have a big enough army. But by building those walls out there, we're able to get rid of that one camp, because they kill themselves by just beating themselves up against the wall. So now I'm starting to recruit Triari, and the key to that is using that one dock that's down there to import iron. That's the way you get enough iron to get your Roman troops. Another good way to play this mission, I've played it before like this, is to use African auxilia and take advantage of the goods that you're creating and build war elephants. Of course, they're tremendously powerful, and but I wanted to go Roman troops here just to be doing it. And so the thing that you want to do is train your troops and wait and be patient and make sure you have enough troops. Make sure you've got at least as many squads as you're going to attack. And sometimes you need more depending upon what you run into as far as enemy strength. But what we're going to try to do here is focus our research. Despite what you see here, I end up queuing all that stuff up and then going and taking it back away, because I want to focus the research to get the Praetorians, because I decided I wanted to have an army basically of Triari and Praetorians, and then that one Hastati squad that we start out with. Our bonus objective here is to win without losing. One of the objectives is to win without losing a squad. So we want strong troops that are going to be able to take the battle and take the punishment without losing them. So you can see here, I'm just that one gives me more research points, so we're going to keep going with that. But we're trying to focus on getting Praetorians, so we can go ahead and raise that. And all that time, continually training the troops that are out there that we have. And we do have that one talent that I'd never played before until this run through, which I'm really beginning to like, which is the one where you pay doubled for the training, but you can train up to any number. So you could have a level 20 troop out there, and when they're resting in a military camp, you can have them training some more. So you just keep leveling these guys up, and now we're going to wait and see if we can get some Praetorian squads to join our army before we go out and counterattack. So again, you have to be patient. You have to kind of sit back and train your army if you want to hit your bonus objectives of not losing any troops. You don't want to go out there and try to fight a fight against a pretty strong army. Even that first base that you see there is fairly strong, and we don't want to go out there until we have decent troops to go out, and really superior troops. So we're training up all the troops while we're waiting on the recruitment, but now we're going to have a couple of Praetorian squads to join us, and that's going to give us a good strong army that we can go out and counterattack with. So we're just there. We're just about ready. We're training them up. We're just about ready to get that last Praetorian squad to join us in the battle, and then we'll go out. Now, I must admit on this one I was a little lazy. I was just kind of playing the mission to be able to create this video. Once we started beating these folks out there, once we fight our way out away from our own gates, if you will, you could certainly start building up more city. I mean, you could build a grand city. There's plenty of space. You can see right here there's plenty of space. There's water. You could build along this water. There's a riverway running up. You could build along that. So you got places to get water. If you have water, you can build. But at any rate, decided not to. I was kind of lazy. Group these guys up. I think the way you group is important for controlling, and you can do it any way you like, but I like to have that one Triari group I'm going to use as my turtle. They're always my number one. I try to have them kind of lead the charge, and then I've got my other Triari grouped up because they're basically just going to be foot soldiers that go attack now. I'm hoping to get most of the siege, most of the ranged attack onto my one turtle up Triari, and you can see I got a little out of sync here and got a little bit ahead of them, but it worked out fine because we're so superior to this crew. So we won that battle easily because we have such good troops at this point. Leveled up Triari and Hastati and the two Praetorians. Now the interesting fight. This is the strong one. This is a base that has a war elephant and a siege engine and some Nubian warriors. This one is tough. So what we're doing here is moving our turtle up right up the middle to try to draw the attack, and there we go. There's the attack from that siege engine. You can see it did very little damage because it hit that turtle for the most part and didn't bother us. The rest of our troops kind of laid back, and now we're going to bring in our troops, Triari from one side, Praetorians from the other side, Hastati from the back. And the goof up here, if I can run this battle over and back it up, I would have those two Praetorians go straight for the war elephant, probably along with everybody else, because all those siege guys, the Nubian warriors are throwing spears at the turtle. There's another siege attack, and you can see my one Hastati took a shot from that and is really hurting, so they're going to retreat all the way back to our camp, and we're going to get them out of the battle because they're on the verge of going away. And you can see we're taking a lot of damage here. That war elephant, it's a shame the trees are kind of blocking everything, but the war elephant's really laying some damage on us, but we're looking good, except for when the enemy has a siege engine, you got to get rid of that thing because it can really deal some damage if you let it hit you. It got a pretty good shot on my Praetorians, and they're very weak. So I have to say I was just lucky not to lose troops and not to lose squads in this battle, but did manage to survive. Got my Praetorians on top of that siege engine now, so they can be taken care of. I think a good mix, it would be great to have, in this particular case, on this mission, it would be great to have an equestrian group, some cavalry, to use their speed to get up there, get behind that siege engine, and then attack the siege engine and get rid of it in a hurry. Hope this has been helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it.